All right, so far we've completed everything up until Old Buddy. So that's going through all of the initial stuff, the dugout stash, things like that. Now we're going into track down Call and Art for the Old Buddy. So I'm going to head out that way to Swamp Dugout, and we'll be there in just a moment. That is going to be right here on the side of the wall. The ping takes you straight to the doorway. We enter. Wait for it to load. Turn on some night vision because it's dark. You're going to have to walk in here, kill this man. Make sure you start shooting right away. He can kill you sometimes if you're not careful. We exit out after talking to the dead body, or the body that is there. And now we run back to Boathouse. I'll see you when we get back. So now that we are back, we head this way. Head upstairs, talk with Saint. You can take your time, read it all you want. Now we have to go talk to a couple different people here. You do get actually some decent rewards overall, so that makes it a little bit easier to go out explore with. Drop down here. We're going to talk to Coxcomb here. Talk with Probe. And last one is upstairs here. Perfect. Oh, we need to talk to Saint again. And this one, you want to make sure you click Coxcomb. So now we're going to go search Coxcomb's hut. Everything is highlighted in here now, but never used to be that way. You pretty much have to search everything before you can actually find the actual item, from what I understand. Because it's still saying that one, which is where the item is actually at that we are looking for. You do find a couple different things, which we found the key for it. So now if we go back here, open the crate, deliver the keys, grab that. Run back to Saint. Offer the torn ear. And now we have to go apprehend Coxcomb. Talk to this gentleman here. He ran off. Where? Someday we'll find out. So now we're going to head out. Make sure you have your heals, your gun, things like that. So we're in hot pursuit now is the quest. So I'm going to run straight that way. It is marked perfectly. It's a true ping. So I will see you when we get there. Now that we've made it to the hut, you come in through the side that has the actual little doorway here. Ran off. Thanks. Now we just continue playing keep up. Now that we've made it here, we just talk to this gentleman right here, the unknown. And then we follow the ping again, which heads us this way. Once you get to where the ping takes you, if you notice, you will see a guy sitting here. This is Coxcomb. We talked to him for just a second. Looks like he already got his punishment. So now we head back to Boathouse. Now that we've made it back to Boathouse, we go upstairs again. Take a left, speak with him. So Shaman is located straight out this way on this ping here for his dugout. So I'm going to head that way, and I'll see you when we get there. So now that we've made it to the ping, it is a true ping. It is straight on the door. We enter the dugout. Wait for it to load. Push in, and we go speak with Shaman. Perfect. So then we leave after you talk with Leiden there. Don't forget to talk to Leiden. I forgot to mention that. So now it's sending us to Jaundice, which is straight this way. One thing you might want to go do is Shaman's stash. But we're going to go talk to Jaundice first here. The reason for talking to Jaundice before we go to Shaman's stash is we have to go that way here in just a bit anyways. So this will actually save you time if you go and do Jaundice, and then once we have to go into roadside, we'll go grab that stash. So we just run straight this way. Talk to Jaundice. Getting attacked by rats. We'll just do I'd like to join the orderlies. What happens next? Whatever. There we go. So now our next quest is into roadside, into Jaundice Assistance. So we're gonna reping that just by right-clicking on it to go pick up that stash, and we're just gonna run straight that way. So when we get near that stash, I will see you there. All right, so now that we're in this area, we notice a little dead guy here. You can search him. You do get the orderly amulet. We'll jump up here. Just follow the wall up. Your ping is true. And we'll search it. That gives us a new suit, a new backpack, and a new gun to run, plus some ammo in that gun. That's going to give you some more carry weight. So if you were a little heavy by the time you got here, you are good to go. So now we're going to open our map. We're going to reping. Actually, we'll go into tasks here. And we're going to reping meet Jaundice's assistant. And we're just going to head straight into Photon 2. So I'll see you when we get there. Now that we made it to Photon 2, you just take the little knot. Oh, yep, the green door in. It's not the village or Photon 2 anymore. It's now the village school. It used to be Photon before the updates changed. Meet Jaundice's assistant. We'll run up there first because we do have another quest down there. Let's go talk with Jaundice's assistant. Now we need to find Hole Punch. So the other quest that is in here, which is your big yellow ring on the map up there, is going to be Crack the Cobbler. If you walk in, take an immediate left, and here's the Cobbler. Talk to him a little bit. He's not going to want to talk to you unless you have vodka. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk over to this gentleman here. We're going to go down. We're going to buy 1 bottle of vodka. Talk to him again. And then you're going to go keep him pouring. Real strong. Make sure you click on Can You Tell Me If You're Blessed or Not bottoms up. If you click on Can You Tell Me If You're Blessed or Not, that will continue his little quest line. If you click on bottoms up, you have to go wait a bit for him to reset. All right, so we have to go find Hole Punch. So we're going to do that, and then we'll come back and do the other little quest mark that's in there. So we are going to head outside of the village. And we're going to go to the Hole Punch's dugout this way here. So I'm going to head that way, and I'll see you when we get. So now that we are at our ping, the ping is true to where the location is. We go in. Loads up. Talk to Hole Punch. You're going to say, talk to him, I have to kill you, and I will. Just shoot him down. You automatically get the ear in your bag, and you just turn around and walk out. Now that we've done that, we head straight back to the village. Now that we made it here, we're just going to take the door between the stands. And we go speak with Jaundice's assistant again. So we come in, we take a left, run up the stairs. Speak with him. All right, now that we've done that, we need to go speak to... we got to go to the orderly base. So if we look at our map here, it is right down here. So we're going to exit out. Make sure we have stuff to kill animals and stuff like that on the way, or mutants as we run into them. So once you come out the door, we're just going to head straight to the orderly's base, and I'll see you when we get there. So once you get to this spot here where it looks like it wants you to run into the fog, you definitely can run into the fog. So we're just going to keep running this way. Straight into it. Your ping is true to door location. So we're going to enter the orderly base. This is where it gets to be a little bit more fun. So we're going to open up this way. Go to the left. Go to the right. You're going to drop down. Drop down. Come out of the elevator. Take a left. Take a right through this doorway. You're going to take another left and head this way. You're going to climb the ladder. You're gonna take a right, take a left. You're gonna drop down, take a right, take a right, take a left. Come this way through here. So once you get here, follow the black arrow. You're gonna come this way, climb up, climb up, climb up. Go through the door, take a right, take another right, take a left. And now we're gonna speak with Jaundice here, or not Jaundice. We're gonna speak to, yeah, Jaundice. Almost think about it. So now we have to decide Lyndon's fate. A little bit of a spoiler. You have two options. You can kill him or save his life. If you kill him, you get to just walk right out and there's nothing to deal with. If you choose to save his life, you fight your complete way out. There is ammo spawns and things like that if you didn't bring anything. So that is up to you. For our choice here, we will be fighting him on the way out. Just so you guys can see kind of what the fight looks like. So we're gonna check, we're gonna use this to grab our ammo back. Search his table quick. We have that. And now we need to fight the rest of the way out. So now we go back the exact way we came. Take a right, take a left. And we drop down here. Once we get a little bit lower, we're gonna have another ammo crate here. And now we have another big fight to go through. We're gonna grab this ammo here. So we go like this. You can pop your heal while you are actually fighting them. It will save your life a little bit more. Always run back and get cover if need be. Alright, so now we head this way. You're going to hear a lot of talking from every direction. We go this way, we climb back up the stairs, we take a left, we take the ladder up this time instead. Ladders are kind of finicky.
Меня тут на детекторе выбросов лампочка лопнула. Скоро будет жарко. Советую присмотреть себе укрытие.
So, if you die, like I said, you spawn right back here. Not a big deal. So we have a guy with the shield here, right? Yep. So we're going to shoot him in the legs to bypass that shield. It'll save you some ammo. Same with this guy over here. We'll go this way. So we know there's one guy more there. He's coming for us. We'll shoot him in the legs. That guy's dead. Our bag is here. No big deal. So we push out this way. We know we have another guy there. And we'll have another one right there. And then we climb up the ladder.
Бросайте все и дуйте в безопасное место. Жизнь одна, успейте еще хабару набрать.
Ladders in this game, like I said, are super finicky. You're gonna have a couple more guys that, if you remember, that we saw when we walked in. So then we're going to just head pretty much straight out the door. And we need to go find Shaman again. Which he is right over there. But we do have an interruption at the moment. So I'm just going to start running towards the dugout. Now that we've made it near Shaman's dugout, the ping is true to location. So we're going to go in. We're going to report the news to Shaman. You're going to get a cutscene. Now that our cutscene is over, speak with Shaman again. Now we need to go speak with Junkman. Junkman is going to send us into the aggro complex, so that's fine. So we're going to take a right out of Shaman's, and we're going to follow this road into our next ping. So now that we've made it here, ping is true to the entrance door. We go in. Speak to Junkman. Perfect. He gives us our first scanner. It is a secondary slot, so if you shift click it in, it'll go straight there. This is telling you where you can charge your actual device if you need to. For what we're doing, we won't need to. So now we're going to head back out. And we're going to head straight across to the treasure zone. Alright, so now that we made it here, we're going to take out our metal detector, and we're just going to go around and pick up each cache. So how these work is where you get that little arrow or symbol of where it's telling you to go. So you just kind of follow to it. Keep picking them up. You're going to pick them up repeatedly until you get 3 of each one that he is wanting here. Sometimes it's a little finicky, especially when there's multiple in a small area. And they spawn pretty rapidly. So you're going to open multiple till you get all of them here. We need one more, so now we're gonna head off to this side. Avoid those guys. The area is really big, so if you're not getting in a small area again where you were, just head to the next area. That's all 3 of them. We are gonna kill this rat here, just so I can grab the rewards. We were getting shot at by something here. You might get random hordes of enemies that are pushing you. You might have to take care of them, but those guys are done and taken care of. Grab those rewards, and now we're going to head back to the digger hut. This one is a true to spot ping. Now that we made it back, we take the green door in. We go and speak with Mr. Junkman again. And then you can talk to him again, and you can sell anything that you had left over if you had any left. So now we have to go meet with Condor. So we're going to head out the doorway. And Condor is going to be off kind of behind us here. So we're just going to stick to the right of the building and head towards Scrapyard. Now that we've made it into Scrapyard, we're going to just continue on running pretty much straight down this way. So pretty much northeast from it. And just avoid, there's going to be a lot more anomalies in the beginning here. If you go around some of these fences, there's barbed wire. So just be careful when you're running this way. We're just going to follow this edge around until we get to Condor. So now that we've made it to our ping, we just walk in, speak with Condor. And he's wanting us to go track down his officers that did not come back. So we're going to head straight across from him. And we're going to be looking for 3 bodies. Don't worry about the radiation you're going to take there. You can just run past it. You're not going to take damage. So now that we've made it here, what we're doing is looking for 3 bodies. We have one here, which is pretty much straight from the road. If you look up from your guy on that one that you just picked up straight from the road and run straight this way, there is a guy next to the tree. You're going to take his PDA. And if you turn around straight from this guy and just run straight back towards that first body you ran over, go around this rock, and here's your 3rd guy. You take his PDA. And now we wait a second for we get the message from Condor. There it is. Bearer of bad news. So now we need to run back to Condor and let him know. Don't forget, you're going to take a little bit of radiation here. It's not a big deal. It's not going to hurt you. We're just going to run straight up to Condor. Come down this way and run this way up into here because he has moved locations now. And all fighters are dead. Just talk with him. Now we need to go talk with the Oracle, which is in here. Alright, so now we have the Mysterious Beast. This was my first quest that was my difficult one, but it is back in Kalos Agro Complex, so we're going to run there, and I'll see you when we get there. Now that we've made it into the aggro complex, we're just going to head pretty much straight the way we came from the digger hut and head that way. Just, you can stop and do your camps if you need to, otherwise I'm just going to avoid them and run with the quest. Alright, we're going to stop and do these military checkpoints. What we need out of these guys that we kill is we need their officers' chevrons. We're going to need those later for a different quest, so if we take care of them now, we don't have to come back and do it later. So make sure you take your time, do a couple of the military camps for these chevrons. So after you finish one of the camps, if you loot the actual bodies themselves, you'll notice that they have the chevrons on them. Don't sell these, they are technically a sellable, but we don't want to. We want to pick them up and keep them on us. Put them in your stash somewhere safe so you don't accidentally sell them, because then you'll have to come back out and farm these again. We have one more military camp here I'm going to do quick, and then we'll get to the beast. Alright, now that we cleared those 2 camps, we do have our 6 officers' chevron. Now if we come over here, we notice there's a little body here. You can examine the corpse. It'll give you a little message. But if you notice this blue arrow, it's telling us that we need to lay down and crawl inside. Now that we've crawled inside, we can head this way. You're going to jump up. Make sure you have enough stamina to make your jumps and things like that, but you're going to jump and grab the ladder. You're not going to continue that way. What you're going to do is you're going to run and jump to this platform, head through here, drop down, go this way, and then you're going to jump into the big bubble. Now this is going to teleport you onto a little lighthouse area. There is nothing really to do in here, so you're going to go out to the right. You're going to drop down, drop down, drop down again, one more time, and then you're going to drop down to this side, because there is a stasis bubble up there. It can hurt you. It shouldn't do a lot of damage, but it can. Now we have our first encounter of dealing with dogs and trying to traverse an area. So what we're going to do is we're going to sprint and jump and grab the ladder. They shouldn't get to touch you. Now that you made it here, follow the edge of the building. There is a trampoline right there. So we're going to take that trampoline and jump and grab that ladder. So now that we made it up here, we're going to follow the crane to this side here. Keep going over. You're going to carefully drop down here. Drop down here. And now we run into our next part of dogs here. So all we're going to do is you're going to run the edge as much as you can. Jump and grab the ladder. Heal up. And now we're going to jump to take the right. Jump up this. This one's a little bit trickier, and you might fail a couple times, which then you just have to run back from all the way over here and do this again. But you're just going to run the plank, jump and grab the ladder. You're going to climb up. Climb up. You're going to drop down. Run straight across. Then you're going to land onto this. I forgot to jump. That was scary. Land onto this. And then this is the one that's a little bit longer. So you have 2 parts when it comes to this one. You have this first part to make it. You jump up. You have a second part to make it all the way up to there. You can see all the dogs running now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to jump onto this here. Mainly because the dogs can't hit us here, which allows us to get a little more distance. You can heal as you're going. Keep as much stamina as you can. Keep running until you get to right here and just jump up. Now you're safe. The dogs can no longer hurt you. All we're going to do is we're going to climb the ladder. Keep climbing the ladder. It's a couple ladders up. It's actually forever up, it feels like. Feels like it'd be it just like is an infinite version of it. But we're gonna come up to here, go up one more ladder. Now that we've made it here, these dogs are gonna run at you, they can't get to you. You're just gonna sit right here and shoot the dog until it's dead. And that is beast over. So now that we got spit out here, now we're going to go back up to Scrapyard and talk with John, just letting him know that the hunt is over. So I'm going to start heading that way, and I'll see you when we get there. Now that we've made it back to where Jaundice is, we're going to run in here, talk to Condor. He's going to let us know that he has moved, or Oracle has moved, not Jaundice, my apologies. So now we're going to go find Oracle. He's not too far. He's just right across the road, essentially. Don't know why he ran away. He got scared. You're going to take some radiation running through that way. Don't worry, it's not enough to kill you. Go into this rundown hut. Find Oracle. Get another cutscene. Now the cutscene's over. Now we have to go check out Oracle's tip, which is in the pit. So we're going to head down this way and just head straight into the pit. You do get Oracle's Warrant suit, which is a lot better than the waterproof one. So if you haven't crafted your own armor yet, throw that on and it'll make your life a little bit easier as you're traversing. Plus it does give you 100 radiation protection, which is a good bit for a while. Now that we've made it into the pit, the thing with this area now, if you're running gear that you've only gotten from quest rewards like I am, these things here hurt and they hurt a lot. So if you were to die, you will spawn back down at the digger hut because that is the last place we visited that was an actual location, which means you'll just have to run back up this way. Don't cut this way. That's all thermal 4 and it will kill you. This area is thermal 3, not 4. My apologies. So sometimes when you get here, there is a gold camp on here. If you are quick enough, I don't have it luckily, but you can run just straight into here and not worry about all of it. So we just hit enter on the entrance door. It is a true to spot ping. And now we run through here, take a right at the doorway, run straight through. Take a left at this door, snake our way through this area and speak with the creepy gentleman. So he gives us two new items. We have a wide range detector and a short candle range detector. So now what we do is we head back out the same way we came in. Cut left. Come all the way down to the doorway. It'll spawn you out. Same thing, if you had that gold camp here, you're just going to want to take a left and run straight out. And run until you can get to this bridge here. We do have some mutants in our way. If you touch the water, it is going to give you bio. Bio will kill you if it stacks up enough. They're not chasing us. So what we're going to do now is your normal button is X to pull out your wide range. You have short and middle. If you leave it on short, because that light will do it on middle, because that light is blinking, we're going to click it on, click it off. Click search. All right, so once we take out our little candlestick here, which goes into your secondary slot, now we just follow towards that signal strength here, which it tells us it's here. So once you've made it to here, it's giving you this big circle area to look for. If we climb to the roof, come up here, we see a guy here named Snake. We're going to go through all of his little quests. He's going to give us a new one. It's going to be 3 riddles. So if we open our riddle tab, she pierced the heavens with a wave. From the pit the signal came, but now the mouths are silent, and the voice no longer aims. A clear serpent in pursuit to the top, he never made us crawl, left the idea of all ideas absolute. Here's the metal skeleton stands tall. So what that is telling us to do is right here is a really big, almost like it's an antenna tower. So we're just going to head straight that way. Now this part, when it comes to the actual tower climb, gets to be a little bit tricky. Make sure you have plenty of heals with you. And there is a chance that you die from fall damage. Don't get me wrong. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to avoid those zombies group as well. Walk through this doorway here. And you're going to come to this ladder. You're going to climb up. You're going to climb up. And this is where the fun begins. So we're looking for a backpack that's up here. So if we take this jump here. Oh, wait. Actually, did they move it? They did move it. Okay. So let's go through that again. I was thinking it was the old one. So if you come here, you jump up, run around this way. There's a backpack right here. That is Kaz riddle done. The second one, at the head of the snake trio, you find another clue lay. There's a dead and iron beast shows its trunk turned to the western way. So, all right. So for part 2, we were up here at the tower. If we run back into Scrapyard to this waypoint right here, there is a tank sitting here. We jump up, we find the small backpack, and that is cause part 2 done. Now the third part, beneath the depths, his final shall be, no turning back, fate's ends will see, take a breath, be strong, swim deep, the clue below is yours to keep. So this one is still the same as it was before, but it's going to be that lake right there. So we're just going to head straight up that way. It's kind of nice that cause 2 ends here, and we get to now just pretty much bum rush up to the middle of this lake. So I'm going to head that way, and I'll see you when we get there. Alright, so now that we've made it to the lake, what we're looking for is those 2 metal pieces, and we're just going to walk straight out to the lake. Should be about right there. It's going to teleport you. You're going to fall. Don't worry, you're not going to die. Now you're going to... Oh, he's up top. Never mind. That changed. So now we're going to speak to him here. He lets us know he solved our riddles. Laws don't apply. Blah, 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 blah. Goodbye to Snake. So now we need to go return to this gentleman up here in the pit. So what we do is we jump off here. Take a little bit of fall damage. We'll jump over this. And we're going to head over that way. So I'm going to head that way, and I'll see you when we get there. Alright, now that we returned back to the pit, we have to go back into that door we once made. So same thing before. If you have a gold camp, you can kind of snake your way in quick. Just note that anything chasing you once you enter this door will still be there when you get out waiting for you, because they don't know how to de-aggro. So we'll run back through the corridors again, take a left at the red circle, snake your way through here, and oh no, he's not here. Alright, so now we turn around, run back out. Exact same way we came in. We'll take a left here, or go straight, sorry, take a left. And now we are waiting for that message. Perfect, now we need to meet with Shaman. This is where we head to the bar for the first time. So if we open our map, we have to head this way. So I'm going to start heading that way, and I'll see you when we get to the bar. Alright, so now when you're visiting the bar for the first time, you want to make sure you come up this way through the pit or through this one to walk through this area. Less chance of running into people that are PvPing. If you come through this front area, there's a good chance you run into PvPers, and if you haven't been to the bar yet, then you'll end up respawning back down into either Digger Hut or even further down at the village school. But I'll run with you guys through this area so you kind of know which way you're going to get to the bar. Do keep in mind that there is a lot of mutants coming in, so I want to make sure you have your stamina and your knife out. You can pretty much run through all of them, but you're going to run through this way, take a left through here, snake our way through here, out this doorway, through this. The ping is true to its location, but that doesn't mean it's the easiest to find. So we're going to go through this doorway. You can just run straight through there. Trying to lose some of the animals behind me, or mutants. So keep running this way. Then we're going to take a right. And we're going to run through this opening here. I just go through this doorway. Cut here. Doesn't matter which way you really go there. Cut to the right. Follow the white arrows. They're kind of posted everywhere, but not necessarily. Once you get to about here, don't worry about pings anymore, because anyone that gets this close to our doorway automatically gets killed, and that is entering the bar. Now what I will do is we'll go start that if you came from the other side or the lower side. I'll run over there and show you where to go that way. Alright, so if you came up from this way, which would be that lower side instead of that top side, so right up through here, you run in this way. Same thing, you're going to have mutants around. This way can be a little bit more risky, and I'll show you why here in a minute. But we'll pretty much just run straight through this way. Watch out for all the whirlpools. They will grab you. Some of them are stronger than others. We do have a ping, but that is a chance that it is a regular player or one of our teammates. We'll cut left through this, cut right, snake your way through here, cut left. And then we will run through this way over here. And this is taking us kind of the same way as our last one. But same thing, whirlpools to watch out for. You can snake through the right there as well. There's some doorways to go through. This is the area that tends to be the most PvP'd from stalkers coming in. Whether they're sitting there, they can get up top here as well. But if you see NPCs here and they're not shooting, you're pretty much safe to go. So we'll run through here. And now head straight towards your yellow ping, and that'll take you straight into the bar. Now that we're inside the bar, we're going to take a right, and go speak straight with Shaman here. You're going to tell him everything that he wants to know. He gives you a bunch of rewards, and then we need to go disrupt the meeting. So once you head outside the bar to go disrupt the meeting, it's actually relatively close. It's 80 meters away, but you're going to take a right and then a left through the metal gates. Run straight this way. Now, be prepared. Make sure you empty anything out that is droppable or not bound to you. Medkits obviously don't count in that scenario, neither does loose ammo. Once we talk to this, we are teleported into an encounter. So now that we've entered the encounter, we get a short cutscene. And now we have all of these guys that are going to want to kill us. You're going to want to take out as many as you can. You are going to probably die a couple of times. It's just kind of how it goes. Especially with having to have night vision on, that makes it a lot more difficult. These guys on the right do have armor, and they hurt a lot. You can try to nade them to clear a couple of them out. Make sure you are popping heals as much as you can. One way to do it too is to kite them in this way. And they'll pretty much just keep popping up on this doorway here. But once you're in here, you're going to be cornered. I'm using quest gear, so nothing's leveled up. I don't have anything super powerful, but a grenade definitely does a good majority of your damage there. Once we step out here, there is a resupply for ammo and medkits, as well as re-upping our plate for us. Unless you have your own on. Check over here. There's usually one more guy there. Then we're going to cut this way to the right, pretty much straight out from the door where we spawned. Watch around the corner here. There can be two that are spawned here if they didn't push you that way. Then we're going to push inside. There's two more here. Those two are dead. So now that is everyone that is in this area. Now we go speak with him. Walk through the doorway. Now that we're in here, wait for everybody to load in. He's going to drop from the ceiling, it looks like. And now you interact. You can go through everything to learn more about it, but I'm just going to cut through this and just go straight to the torturing. Now that once you've done that, talk with this gentleman right here. And now we need to go return to Shaman, which once you leave this, it spits you out right into the bar right next to Shaman, so we go speak with him. We get another cutscene. And then we finish that up. We get teleported again, which now this is where it gets scary for some people. The first time I did this was terrifying. But all you're going to do is you're going to walk straight towards this TV. You're going to fall, turn around, take a right. Go around this, run right, take a right, take another right, take a left, jump up this. You will have plenty of stamina, don't worry, you have no heals, it is okay. Once you get right here, you're going to jump, keep running, and then you fall through. He's no longer chasing, and you're safe. So now just run towards the scary red door, and you get teleported, which should teleport you right back to the bar again. And now we're overweight because we have a new armor that we will be putting on. Now we need to go talk with Shaman. Make sure at this point that you have your chevrons ready to go. We have a nightmare, yada, yada, yada. So now that we have, it's 5 chevrons. So now that we have them on us, we just talk to him again. So now we need to go back to the pit and go kill some of the lieutenants and things like that. So I'm going to make sure I have my gear ready, and I will be right back. Now, if you're like me in this example, I'm still using this AK right here. Alright, so before you leave the bar, I would recommend grabbing some green plates. I like the green ones over the black ones because it protects from everything. Make sure you grab some AP rounds, which I don't want 7.62 ones. We want 5.45 AP rounds just to help out with this. I usually grab a energy drink and stamina drinks just for movement, and then our bleeding protection just to help, and plus it has health regeneration in it. If you have any other foods that give you vitality or health regeneration, I recommend using those. So now we're going to head out, go back to the pit, and go farm up those last couple things we need for the lieutenants. Alright, so now that we're back in the pit, what we're looking for is gold military camps. So we're going to push straight at this military camp here. We need to take down the actual boss of it. You can just focus the boss leader if you would prefer to do that and you don't have to fight everything else. But at the same time, it gets really difficult to do that. But now that you have the Seekers, you do have some bioprotection from up to level 2, a level 1 Psi, and 200 radiation, which means at this point you can travel just about anywhere within reason and being mindful of the areas. But as we get close, we're already getting shot at, so we're just going to start working on these guys and get them done. So as you saw, I did die there, but that's all right. So it's part of the game. So we're going to walk in and see if we can get the lieutenant here, which should be, he's usually inside the building right away. These guys hurt a lot. So do keep that in mind that they do a lot of damage, especially if you start getting hit by animals in the back as well. You can come down to places like this and use some of it as cover. That is the boss we're looking for. These guys will push you though, so keep that in mind as you see here. So we're going to try to keeping them right there. Try to nade them a little bit. We're probably going to die. Yep. Alright, now that we're back, the boss still is damaged from us, so we're going to throw a nade at him. Hopefully that hits. I threw it just a little too in front of him. But once he is dead, that is one of them dead, as well as everything else around him. So once that is done, you can collect whatever you want from that. And now we head for the other military camp. So that one is on the other side. I would recommend running around left side if you don't want to deal with all the camps in the middle. If you're farming and things like that, I would recommend doing as you need to and leveling up and grinding up your gear. Like I said, I'm just running the stuff I get from the quest just for the purpose of making the guide. But if you're struggling with getting these things done, like there I died twice, go back and make sure you're leveling up, deciding what suits you want to go with or a different weapon. This one only does 17 units of damage. That is not a lot of damage when it comes to actually doing these missions or quests. But so just keep that in mind. But I'm going to make my way towards this military camp and I'll see you when we get there. All right, so now that we're at this one is a little bit easier to manage. We do have some that spawn on that side and then some that spawn on this side here. But it helps if I have ammo loaded in my gun. But he's focused on another group of random bandits that are roaming, so we'll use that to our benefit. So now we just want to slowly push up because we are technically under geared for this. He's over here shooting at them. We'll just aim for the head. Nice part is there's a lot of cover that we can kind of snake around and grab. So he's right there. If you're peeking over a wall or a corner just slightly, there's a less chance of them hitting you. They're almost stormtroopers at that point. We have one enemy remaining, which is going to be our lieutenant, who is actually in this corner right here. In this little back room, we're going to back off and heal quick. He's going to kind of start pushing around, but we have a bunch of things in our way. But we can kind of snake around here. That's done. So now that that is done, make sure you grab what you want to out of there. And now we're going to head out towards the back to the bar. So I'm going to head that way and I'll see you when we get there. All right, so now that we're back in the bar, we go and speak with Shaman again. He will become your best friend by the end, I promise. So now that we've done that, he's given us some stuff and we need to go negotiate with the two different of kind of the northern sub-factions. We have the Covenant or the Mercenary Camp. We're going to do Mercenary Camp. Actually, no, let's do Covenant, because I haven't seen this one yet, and I want to figure it out. So you walk through the door. So then we run through this way. Go speak with this gentleman here. Click through his little dialogues. Read them if you want to. By all means, I would recommend it your first time, just because the story is neat. Now we need to find Father Lioness. Leonidas, whatever his actual name is. So you just head back out the door you came in. And it sends us out right away. So we're just going to drop some stuff off here. make sure you still have ammo and are good to go with what you need. We'll head out the doorway. And it's going to be off into Peloski, and then into the Path of Fools. So there's two different ways you can go about there to get there. You can go out pretty much straight up and then cut over. You can run through this trench in the Dead City. You have enough. If you have 200 radiation, you have enough to go through the Dead City. So that's the route that I'm going to take. You just pretty much follow that trench all the way through. So we're going to run through this way and start heading up that way. So I'll kind of take you through that process to get there. Pretty much run the exact same way that you ran through if you came through this doorway here. Just kind of sticking to the right for the most part. There is a lot more dens, it feels like, when it comes to mutants and things like that, but that is okay. But you don't even have to go through that doorway. They still might aggro you, but it shouldn't be a big deal. But we're just going to run here. Kind of run towards a diagonal to the edge of that building. Cut through this fence hole here. Cut right immediately and run straight towards that gap in the trees here. This is where having any of the epinephrine or movement, or I call them speed sticks, anything that gives you movement speed is very nice. Just keep in mind that it does cut your healing effectiveness down, as well as your Arnie and your energy drinks to make sure you can just run longer. Like I said, you do need at least radiation 2 to get through here, or rad protection 200. So we're just going to follow this down, and I'll see you when we get into the Path of Fools. So now that we've made it into the Path of Fools, we can shut our night vision off because it is now coming to morning time finally. But I'm going to kind of stick and hug the left side of this mountain here, only because I don't want to deal with these camps. If you were struggling in Pit, they're going to be even a little bit more tougher up here in the Path of Fools. That is not a great sign to see. That is not what I want to deal with. Behemoths do randomly roam. It's not something you'll see often, but they do. And they will continue to chase you. So just, if you have your little pocket rocket double barrel shotgun still, or the 590, anything like that, just run, reload, kill them, and take his loot. They're not too bad, but if they get close, they can give you a black screen effect, which can be pretty hard to deal with, but isn't anything too crazy. So we're going to keep heading this way. We're going to stick to the left here. Just be mindful in some of these areas. There can be landmines. These guys are all friendly, so that's just fine to run through here. And then we're going to cut up this way right here. Be mindful of the whirlpools. Some of them are stronger than others, as I've stated before. That is a mutt den. I don't want to deal with mutts. Their hitboxes are a little scuffed. They're fighting with boars, it looks like. Someone is over there on that mutt den, so there's a chance that these ones aggroed that way. But once we get here, now we're kind of looking for a couple different things. The devil attacked them. Once you talk to that one, all of these pings will lead you to the area you need to search in. Grab a scallop, because why not? It was just a white one, but it's fun. And you're just looking for the body still. And then you're going to head to this area right here. Shooting at me. Okay, well. So now you notice there's some blood. Interact with the trees. Need to be careful. Leave. And then you head straight at this ping. This ping is true to its spot. So we're going to jump down here. And this is our next encounter where you're in an area that if you die, you can drop your bag. And getting it again can be difficult. Get in. Don't try to jump there. You will not make it. We'll cut this way. You're going to grab onto this, shimmy your way across, jump onto this platform. Same thing here. Grab on just by hitting space, shimmy across. Slowly but surely, jump off. Now you're going to go across this beam. You're going to come through here. You will need to lay down. The arrows do guide you pretty well, but we just kind of snake our way through and crawl through here, and then we stand up. So this one you do have to jump across now. If you were to fall for whatever reason, you need to come back all the way around here and start the process again. So you just want to make sure that you have enough room to jump. You don't always have to sprint jump. Some of them you do. But if you jump too far, it's not the end of the world. Then you come to the left here. So with these type that are up against the wall, you want to make sure you're off the wall a bit. Because if you're connect directly on the wall, it will kind of like stick you and you won't be able to jump. But just walk, jump. Now we're at a checkpoint. If we were to fail at any point after this, we come back to right here. So you're going to drop down, walk this way, go over here, just kind of snake your way around. It's going to push you a little bit, don't worry. And then come this way, jump right to here, walk our way down. You can walk this way. You're going to have to until you hear a rumble sound. Once you've heard that, turn around, come back this way. And now you can go this way, jump across, and drop down, down, and down. Run and jump. Keep running and jumping. There you go. Now you're here. Now you've hit another checkpoint. You can refill your ammo and medkits. Not a bad idea. Now we'll drop down, go this way, run across this very not well-placed branch. Follow the little flares. Keep going this way. Now you're going to start hearing some growling noises. Don't be alarmed. That's normal. Nothing's chasing you yet. I think we can actually interact with that if you want to read that. But once you come, you'll turn around. Once you come down this way, you'll turn around, head this way. And you can take the ladder or you can just drop down. Not a big deal. That is another checkpoint. Now we follow this way. Grab on. And now we start shimmying across. We will drop. Same thing, make sure you're not right against the edge. It will shove you off and you will end up dying here. So, and then we'll do this. Same thing here. You're just gonna hop on, shimmy down, and then over. Up a little bit if you're down too far. Hit control or C, whatever your crouch button is. Now you're just gonna run and jump. Same thing as before, make sure you're not right against the edge. Run and jump or sprint jump or walk jump. This one, you can technically jump there, but if you just sprint jump, you can make that. If you don't feel comfortable with that, just land on that and do one more jump. And then another jump here. And now we go down this corridor. Turn around. As soon as you get down here, just turn to the right. Go this way. A little bit more tedious. You have to drop a little bit to grab that. But you did hit a checkpoint. So if you fail, not a big deal. Now we just run this way. Towards this beam here. And hop on. Jump and grab that. This one you are going to go to here, climb up, and we go around. You will have to lay down here to get around this. It's going to push you to the edges a little bit when you get close to those corners. Don't worry. There is another dead body here. You can examine the corpse, as well as another notebook if you are wanting more information or a little bit of lore. We push to the right. Once you're to here, you can just drop off. You hit a checkpoint. So now we need to continue to that point. Don't try to make that jump. You will not make it. But if you have enough health and stuff like that, which at this point you will be just fine, just run and jump and grab that. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can drop down there and shimmy all the way around. It's truly your choice. Once you get here, you just climb up the mesh little rope ladder. Come here and lay down. This part can get confusing. I've done this so many times at this point, it's just normal, but just keep kind of looking for the flares. It'll guide you through it. But we will head this way towards the green little walk pad or path placements. Keep going straight through. Go to the left, follow the sign. Once you get here, you're going to drop down. You're going to drop down, and then you're going to slide down. Don't worry about your health. It's all water at the end. Then we're going to go through here, go to the right, slide down again. There is a bag here. Can't interact with it, though. This way doesn't have anything. It does have some radiation, but, well, that's not the way we're wanting to go. We want to go to the right. Follow the little red flares. Drop down again. And then again. Here's our checkpoint. There is a med kit and ammo crate here. Now, make sure that you have any buffs that you want to have on. Food, bleeding, things like that. Now we're going to drop in. Now that we are here, you're going to push this way, drop in again. And now we start our little boss fight. It is a ghoul that is invisible. The best way to do it, in my opinion, is to run around in these circle patterns. He's going to get a couple hits on you. Just run and heal. There is going to be points that he is going to make everything black. Just kind of keep moving. Once you start moving more and running the circle, it'll become a second nature of where you need to go. Just run, reload, shoot. If you can time it right, you should be able to do just fine. You might die a couple of times on this one. It's not the end of the world. Don't worry about grabbing your bag that you drop until after you've beaten the boss. Because if you stop to grab your stuff and end up overweighting yourself by picking up another med kit or the ammo crate, then it really puts you in a bad spot. So you just run in circles, take a couple shots, reload, heal up, and keep running. If you get stuck in one spot, he's not going to do enough damage to instantly kill you there. But all you do is just keep running and going. Sometimes if you're a little bit quicker than he is, he will kind of cut a corner on you randomly. That is okay. The reason that we run the route we do for this is because he cannot jump off this edge, so it gives us a second to reload and get away, especially if he hits us with the little black screen. Once he gets low enough on health, he starts to move a little bit slower, then you can just finish him off with whatever. Now that he's done, he does not have any loot. There is a couple different bodies that you can look at around you. Do Father Lioness, examine the corpse. We'll take his PDA, and then there is a bubble that will appear right here. It takes a couple seconds to appear. Jump in. And we are back into this area here, which is the Path of Fools. So now we just make that exact same run back. We can do it two different ways to go back, though. You can run all the way through Path of Fools if you want. Otherwise, you can run through the Dead City. I don't know that we don't have enough thermal to actually take the full underpath way through it. So I'd recommend just running straight down the edge of Path of Fools and Dead City until we get to that trench again. So I'm going to do that, and I'll see you when we get back. All right, once you make it back to the bar, we're going to run down to the right here. Go back to the actual Covenant abode here to speak with them and let them know what happened to Father Linus, whatever his name is. So speak to him, click through his, read his actual things and what he has to say. He gives us a new weapon. This one is a very nice one to bring with, so I recommend bringing it with for the rest of the actual mission. If not, or the rest of the quests, if you're not using anything else, it is really nice, especially for what we are going into here. So now we need to go speak with Shaman. So now he's letting us know that we need to go kill a Valasov. So I'm going to grab a couple things and I will head out that way. So for this next part, make sure you have more plates, extra heals, extra ammo, and anything else that you would like to bring with you. Where we are heading is to the Dead City, so it's going to be the exact same way we took the Path of Fools. So we're going to run down to this way here and then just cut up. So keep in mind too that this is one of those areas that you go in, so if you were farming Dead City and decide to go do it, I would recommend banking first in case you die and cannot get your bag back, so that way you're not losing any progress on the way. So once we get into the dead city, into this little area here, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of Skyrim up this mountain here. Just be careful on the left side of it more. There is some whirlpools that will grab you. Alright, so once you get here, you're just going to run up, kind of spam jump up, and your guy will grab on and pull you up. There is going to be a lot of dens, a lot of things that want to kill you. So don't run down that way. It's all a lot of thermal. I don't want you guys to die as you're running in, but we're going to cut left and try to avoid a lot of these. The one that is going to probably grab us is this rat den. That's usually right here, and the boar and piggy den. So we're just going to run straight at this school here. And then you enter, and once you enter, there is no backing out. So be prepared to fight for a while. But you're going to go this way, and then this way. Drop down. Why did he go that way? Once he's done, you come up this way. You're going to lay down. Crawl through here to the right. Shimmy down if you're stuck on that left ledge there. Keep staying laying down even though it looks like you can stand up. Same thing here. And if you are under geared or struggling with this part at all, you're just going to take them from a little bit different spots here. Like I said, make sure you stick in cover. Always kind of retreat back if you need to. Shot through the wall there. Weird. But reload as soon as you can. That is feasible for you to do such. Use your corners and covers to your benefit. Especially up here, nothing can get to you yet. So make sure you take as many things out as you can before you walk down, just so you don't run into an issue where something catches you off guard. We're going to have to push down, so then we're going to run up that ladder there. We're going to reload for a second, because they are going to start pushing here. Heal as often as you need to. Watch your health, just so you don't have to repeat anything here. If you want, you can lay down here and grab some ammo from this spot here. You can only grab it from underneath this desk. But that will replenish your plate and heals as always, plus ammo. I always like to reload as much as possible, just because sometimes you get pushed more than you thought you were going to. So you just always have all of your ammo that's needed. These tanky guys will take a lot of damage. They are a shotgun, so they have to reload after, or they're a rifle, they reload after every shot. So you can just sit here, but if you get out of his line of sight, he will push you more. So just sit back. He might hit 1 or 2 shots. It's not enough that's going to damage you. We're going to check this spot here, grab that guy, and then now we can start working our way up. So we're just going to make sure that we reload before going around that corner. And then those guys are there. No one there. No one around the immediate left. They're going to start pushing a little bit more. Stay in corners as much as you can if you need to. As always, watch your health. We're going to try taking out as many guys as we can before we push around, just so we're not caught off guard. Push in this way. Drop down. Push through here. Going to be a... Nope, we're going to walk through the doorway here. You're going to get some dialogue to cook through. Alright, so now that this part is done, now we're going to have to push through and follow him. It's a really cool cutscene. I recommend you watch it. We're going to grab this here. Now we're going to start pushing through. Use your corners to your benefit. These guys are tanky. If you push back down this hallway here, they will push you, but you can retreat a bit if you need to. Just watch to your right. You will get hit randomly. If your plate breaks, replace a new one. Use angles as much as you can. There is our boss, so we're going to use this time here to angle peek him a little bit and just start putting damage into him. He is going to move. That's what we were wanting, is he's going to move a couple of times here. So he's still going to be shooting at us, but we can run this way. There's going to be a heavy there and one of them. So you're just going to stand right here. You don't want to give him too much cover to actually block or hit you and push forward. So now that he's dead. All right, so now we can run this way. We're going to grab that. Then we'll push this way. You can drop down right here. There is a guy right here. Just be mindful of him. Around this corner, there's one more right there. I'll take him out. Now you can angle peek him, the boss, again right here. You can crouch down. You might get hit a couple of times, but it's not enough to worry you. He's going to rotate again here, and he's going to be actually right here. So if you want to try taking him here, you can. Depending on what you're using for a weapon, it's a little difficult to hit those spots. Same thing right here. You can just hit him right here. Now that he's dead, we still have to push through everybody else here. So now we're just going to slowly walk around the edges, just so we don't get caught. Then we can retreat back for a second. They're going to push up. Peek when you're ready. Make sure you pop a heal. That is a checkpoint reached. Everything is good. Now we just go to the left and exit the door here. Once we're out, and then we return back to the bar again to talk with Shaman. So I'll see you when we get there. Once you made it back to the bar, go to the right, and we're going to go speak with Shaman. Let him know the colonel is dead. He's going to give us a new sidearm. I'm going to put that on. So now we need to find out the location of the blue sphere, which, if we look, is going to be going to speak to Oracle in the pit. So make sure you gear up and get ready to go. Now that we're back in the pit, we're just going to run straight to our ping. Our ping is true. Now that you have the Seeker's Mockingbird suit, you can run through the actual water. So you don't have to worry about that as much. So we're going to continue on till we get to Oracle. Once you make it to the ping, go around until you find Oracle. He's down in this hut. This guy's going to ask you some questions. I should go. Oracle is right behind you on to the right immediately when you walk in. You get another cutscene. Once you're done with the cutscene, Condor's going to show up and talk to you. And we leave, and then we return to Shaman. You can run pretty much straight back the way we came, and I'll see you when we get there. Once you're back, we will go speak with Shaman. And then we need to meet the Defector, which he is going to be up in Path of Fools again. So make sure you are geared up and ready with whatever you want to bring with. All right, now that we've made it to our ping here to meet with the Defector, we're going to run in. You can jump through the walls here. He's going to talk to us. Now he's going to let us know we need to go to the Orderly's base. So we're just going to turn around from here and run straight there. This is going to be one of those instances that if you've been farming before you got here, I'd recommend going and depoting your stuff before you push through this quest. Once you're in there, you are in there. If you die or anything like that, that bag will be dropped. So I recommend you depot first and then head towards this mission. Where I'm going to head straight there, and I'll see you when we get there. Once you get here, you're going to talk to the guy. We're going to get inside. All right, so now that we've entered the base, we're going to go to the right here. Go through the gate. Grab this barrel right here. Go around this way. Once you get here, come on, cut me some slack. I need to get to the infirmary. I've been poisoned. Yes, they definitely poisoned me. Thanks a million. That lets us inside. Now that we're inside here, now we need to get access to this doorway here. Grab that medium backpack. And then we will come back on this side right here. Grab that cabinet here. And we're going to talk to the navigator here. Are you the radio operator? He's going to give us some things to do and try out. So yes, we're ready. Wait for him to give us the first one, which is channel 1. Then it's going to be 7 millihertz. Second row again, southwest. And then it's going to be channel 3. Second row to 3.5. Then we go back to channel 1. Oh, we actually go to regulator 30. And then we go back to channel 1 for press button 5. Perfect. This one gets a little bit more chaotic, but we're going to go in. It's going to be regulator 50. Go back. Channel 2. Go to the second option. It's going to be LW. Then back to channel 1 for 4. And then finally set the regulator to 20. It's going to cut out. And it's all working. Talk with him. He's going to give you the pass to get through the checkpoint. Go ahead and enter. Now we need to get past this gentleman here. That is our pass from the navigator. That works. Now we're going to head upstairs here. This part, you have to kind of sneak past some people. Alright. So we're going to head upstairs. We're going to cut right. We're going to immediately come in here. We're not going to worry about that. Take the permit. And now try to knock out. Punch the secretary. Leave. So now we have an unassigned permit. So now what we do is we head downstairs. Head into here. We're going to come into this document. We're going to take this sample document, come to this desk. Now what you want to do is you're going to note this. This document has been filed in a signed by an orderly. Quartermaster is found in several places. All signatures using a red pen. So you're going to do this. You're going to do a red pen and leave. So now we're going to go upstairs. You're going to cut right. Wait for this guard to come by. Now that he's gone by, you come in this way. Hard part is figuring out where this guard is. Sometimes he comes around that way, sometimes he doesn't. He's right there. So now we're going to cut this way into here. We're going to come here. We're going to talk to this guy. I have a permit. Thanks for going. So now we're just going to jump across. Jump up here. Can't loot that bag, but it is there. You're going to jump up. And now we're going to head across this way. You're going to drop down, go upstairs. And now we have more guards we need to watch out for. Just wait for him to make that corner. Wait for him to make that corner again. Then we're going to come this way. There we go. We're going to open in here. We're going to talk to the Oracle. And now we need to free Leiden. Now let's move. So now we get to fight our way out of here.
Приготовиться.
So same thing as before, use cover to your advantage. We're gonna come into here. We're gonna search yourself, look for the psi helmet. We got it, we take it. Now we come up this way, take care of this guy right here. And then we run out. If you killed Leiden in the beginning, you have a lot more people to fight. So it's kind of pick and choose where you want to fight him out. So now we cut to here.
От судьбы
We get a cutscene.
сбежать невозможно. Кто-то владеет силой, а кто-то вынужден подчинить.
Skip the cutscene. And now here, just pick a direction and run. Alright, so now that we're here, we're gonna go like this, take a right, go down this, drop down here, run through this beautiful little area, turn around. When you come through here, just take a right, drop down, drop down. Now we've reached a checkpoint. You're gonna snake through here a little bit. But once you get right here, take a right, lay down. You don't even need to lay down. Run through here, out through this way, into here, pull the lever. That's going to open a doorway. Go through the doorway. Alright, so now that we're in here, we're going to run this way to the left. We're going to run up top. Head this way once you get to that right, or take a right. Come into here, enter the terrifying red swirl. Go through here, cut right, and now we have another sneak mission. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this guy. This might take me a couple tries. It's been a minute since I've done this. I'm going to let him go that way. We're going to run this way here. Jump up here, wait for that guy not to spot us. Now that his back's turned. He didn't notice us. See where that guy goes there. Now that he's that way, we're going to run straight this way. Take a left. We're going for the bridge here. Take the bridge. And we're going to run straight up here. Once we made it to here, that is a checkpoint. So now we notice a generator. Flip it on. There's a fault. So now we need to go find a spark plug. Be careful of the glass. So once we go here, we notice that this one also isn't working. So now we need to go into the red swirl. Now that we have entered the red swirl, go to the left here and run around up top. Don't mind the dogs. They're not going to bother you. Drop down. Drop down. Follow this through the bottom here. Cut through this way. Now we have dogs that we do need to be mindful of. So we'll jump and grab onto this truck here. Make sure our stamina regens because we don't have med kits if we get hit. Jump up. And then run to this truck here. Jump up. Make sure our stamina is regened. Jump up. Wait for stamina. We're going to get a couple more dogs that chase us this time, so we want to make sure we're quick as we can be. me out. Thank you. Let our stamina regen. And jump to this ladder here. We don't have anything, so the bleeding will stop eventually. We're going to follow this up to the top here. Drop down. Our spark plug is right here. Grab our spark plug. Turn around. Go back towards the big swirly vortex of scariness. Jump in. Now that we're back, we go back this way. Fix the generator. Flip the switch on, which now turns that on. We run towards this. Flip this switch, which then drops the bridge down. The door will open here in a second. Run across. Follow our way around this area here. Watch out for the glass. So you'll drop down left here, and then we head across the bridge. Alright, so we push in. We wait for this guy to make his move here. So now that he made his, we take a left. We kind of chase behind him a little bit. Let him take a right. Then we run down this way. Stand right here. We're waiting for that guy to move. Wherever he's walking. So now we run straight behind him. And we just run down this roadway. You might get spotted a little bit here and there. Don't worry about it. Once we're in here, we're good. Then we drop down. This can be a little bit confusing. So you're going to come in, take a right. Take another right. Take a right. Come down here, take a left. Run into the tornado. And then we're into our next little fun puzzle. It's another maze here to get to where we're going. But we're going to run this way. I was wrong. My apologies. Take a left. Then a right. Left. This way. Then to the right. Then straight ahead. Now we get another little jump puzzle area. Where don't follow this sign. What we're going to do is we're going to stick to the left as much as possible here. So you're going to run through. And you're going to stick all the way to the left wall. Make sure you take a left at this side, or this fence here. Don't worry about the rats. You're going to take a little bit of damage from them. Let your stamina regen. Take another left here. Run inside. You might die here. Nope, you made the ladder. Jump up. And you're going to go up on the stairs here. Jump up again. Take the plank across. Walk this way. Wait, make sure we have health. You're going to actually take the ladder up. Cut this way. Take the big ladder to the top again. Jump up. And then you're going to fall into the water. Don't worry about the rats. They're not actually chasing you. Go to the left. Then we run to another dog part here. So we're just going to drop down, jump up, shimmy to the right so it lets us up. Let our stamina regen. Run. Grab up here. Run to the very edge here. Let our stamina regen. And then we're just going to sprint to the end here, which is right here. Once you get here, you're going to jump up. Go to the right. Go to the right. And now we have another little jump puzzle here. This is actually a lot easier than it seems. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump to the right one. Jump here. Run and jump to this one. Turn, run and jump and grab this one right here. Come this way. Make sure you don't sprint too much so you don't mess it up or overshoot your jump. Jump up to this one, run this way, run through the bridge, drop left, and run towards the vortex again. Now that we're here, we're going to talk to them. He gives us our gear back. Now we need to go find Shaman. Looks like we're about to have an eruption, which Shaman is pretty much straight that way. But we do need to get to an eruption shelter here, so I'm going to run and do that. And then we will be ready to go. Alright, now that our eruption is over, we're good to leave. So we're going to cut left here, try to avoid the zombie camp right above us, and go and find Shaman here, who is laying on the ground. He gives us a new weapon here. And now, if you have stuff on you still, if you went farming before this one, go deposit it. But we're going to go into here and start this one, start this next mission. Alright, so now that we are here, we are going to start the last mission of the Southern Questline. Alright, let's do this. So now that we are in here, we're going to walk in here. You can grab ammo if you need to. You don't need to worry about it. But we're going to head this way. The easiest way to go about this is don't try to go through this area. It's going to take you forever. Just look up right here, jump up, grab that, and now you can run straight across and avoid all of the anomalies. It's going to save you so much headache and time, I promise you. So once you get here, you're just going to drop down. Get ready, because you're going to get some rats. You can just lay down. Just take care of them that way. Now you're going to run this way. Once you drop down here, you're going to deal with a bunch of skitters. You just kind of kite them around the best you can. If you go into that next room, you're going to start aggroing all of these zombies. So I recommend just taking your time, killing these skitters here. I apologize, I just woke up. So once those are done, now we're going to go through this way. And now we have zombies. Refill up our ammo. And we're going to slowly progress through this way so we don't end up aggroing too much at one time and end up dying. So there's going to be a lot more to our left here. So we're just going to slowly peek around the corner. Start picking them off as we can. Grab that. Don't go up. You want to go down. There's water here. You can just fall into the water. If I can get out of this water. You cannot search the backpack. Alright, so now that we're back here, go this way. Gonna jump up here, cut this way, and then we're gonna sit here for a moment and pick off some of these guys. Just be mindful of where all of the tornadoes and stuff are at, so you'd end up killing yourself. There is a guy to your door to the right. Make sure you take him out. If you put on the Beretta pistol, it works really well in this area. It's got a really nice fire rate. You can also run the AK. the Seeker's AK. It does a good bit of damage. So now we'd completed that. Got one more baddie here. Couple more baddies. So now we made it through that spot. There is a medkit ammo crate here. We'll grab that, make sure we have plenty of ammo. So now we need to just kind of bounce through here. If you fall down, don't worry. Pop up through here. Just make sure you're healing as you need to. Don't forget, as you push out of their view, they will push towards you. Now that those guys are done, we're going to push through to the left. Make sure there's no one behind you there. Crawl through here. Into here. Then to the left. Now we find out that the elevator doesn't work. So then you're going to go down the hall. Go through this doorway. Follow your way around. You're going to run, jump, and grab. Shimmy to the right. Look, jump, grab. Come through here. There is another bag here. You can't loot it. Gonna climb up this right here. Drop down to here. This one gets to be tricky. This is honestly the one quest that I had the hardest time with jumping. But you gotta make sure you're not quite on the edge. Just walk, jump. Walk, jump. This one you want to make sure you're out a little bit so your head doesn't hit that when you go to jump. But you can just walk, jump. This one, sprint, jump, grab. So this one, sprint, jump, sprint, jump. This one gets to be a little bit trickier. You got to make sure you're all the way out, almost like falling off the edge. Jump, push forward, then drop down into here. Come to your checkpoint, flip that breaker on. That's going to open this. Activate that switch. Your door is now open. Now we come back to where we were originally, down these stairs. Cut to the right. This door is now open. You now can take the elevator up. You don't need to climb all the way up. You're just going to turn around and go right through this opening here. Grab your ammo. Run through this way, just through each open door. Now you're going to have some enemies in here. Make sure you take them out before you start to actually progress further. That's why for this mission in particular, I'm said to bring this gun with, just because it does make it easier. So then if you come this way, just walk in between them very carefully, just being mindful of where the tornadoes are. Come through here, walk straight through, climb up, and then we go through this way. We did hit a checkpoint, so now if we die, we start here. We don't start back at the beginning. We go through this surface doorway here. Now that we are here, we're gonna have some enemies to deal with right away. So we're just going to grab this. Come around the corner. Take care of that one. Take care of that one. So I like to take care of the guys on the right here as much as I can. And I'll show you why in a second. So what we're going to do is I'm going to end up sprinting through this way. It might take you a couple of tries. It might take me a couple of tries. But the best way to go about this is we're going to drop down. And we're just going to start running. Don't worry about the guys shooting you. We're going to stick to the left here. Then we're going to cut to the left side of this building as well. Bro, when we get right here, we're going to let our stamina regen because these guys haven't seen us yet. We want to keep as much stamina as possible at this point. So we can go like this, pop your heal here, and just keep running through. If you are low on them, stop here, grab that. That'll replenish your plate if it's been damaged. All right, so now once we get here, all we're going to do is we're going to keep running. There is a fiend in here, but keep running this way. We're going to come into here, jump through there, grab these keys here from this dead military. And now we just need to make it to that door. The fiend is here, so don't worry about him. Pop a heal, interact with the door, and just run through. You don't have to deal with them anymore. Kind of the same scenario here. We're just going to run through all of the animals. Just be careful. There is a lot of whirlpools around, so you just want to kind of be mindful of that. Going to run into here, enter the entrance, and now we're at our next checkpoint. So we're going to go to the right, straight through. We notice there is a guy right here. We're going to come up through here, grab our ammo crate. We're going to drop down here, and we're just going to make our way through this area. We already took care of the guy to our left there. There's going to be a lot of ones that try to jump scare you or come out of nowhere and knife you, so just be prepared for that so it doesn't catch you too much off guard. We're going to come through here, go through this doorway here. Going to be our guy to our left usually coming up. Okay. This area has 3 floors of enemies to deal with, so sit back a little bit. And we're going to start making our way through them here. So now that we've cleared this far, if we go out just a little bit, those ones are done. Now we go through this doorway here, guy to our left. Another one that's going to walk. They're knifers, so they do a good bit of damage. Go left again. Take care of that one. Make sure there's no immediate ones to our right or left. Same in this scenario here. There's going to be one usually to our left right there. We can't open that gate. We need to find the key for it, which our key is right in there. So you come into this room, you lay down, crawl under the gate, stand up. I like to make sure that there isn't anything around me. We have the key. I'm going to grab some more ammo and meds just to make sure. You can't open that door, so we're going to turn around, go back out the way we came in. And now we can interact with this door here. Now that that's done, just clear them as you go up. There's going to be another couple jump scares. There's one of them. Say they're jump scares, they're really not. It's more just they come out of nowhere. Should be another one to our right here coming up. We're going to go this way, to the left, to the right. Then we drop down here. Then we push through again. Walk through here. I just like to make sure that nothing's too immediately next to me. We're going to grab this. Did put us overweight a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to drop down here. So the important part in this area is all of that is psi. And how psi works, when you take too much psi, you lose all your stamina and the ability to regen stamina until that psi counter is gone. So you just want to make sure that you don't land in the stamina anymore, or land down below. If you do, it's easy to reset. You just have to wait until it's gone. But all we're going to do is run and jump to each one of these pedestals. You don't have to worry about these these skitters. They're not going to get to you. And we're going to make our way to this ladder here. You're going to take a little bit of side, but that's okay. Don't worry about the skitters. So now we're going to just jump out the window. And now we have our next little area of like sprinting through. But you can run to the right here. Run through this building here. And now we're going to snake our way through the building. And here again. And then there's our exit, which is the bubble. So we're just going to sprint through. Jump in. So now we are here. Now we need to get through the school. So we're just going to follow this path here. Once you reach here. Now it's going to get to a little bit more chaotic. I'm actually going to put the AK on for this part. We're going to be dealing with a lot of animals and a lot of zombies or NPCs. It is not easy. The chances of dying are very, very high. And I'll show you why here in just a minute. I highly recommend grabbing this one here. I'm actually going to take this plate off. And get a new one on. So as we round this corner here, all of these dogs here are going to push like crazy. The blue ones are really easy to work with. So once they're over here, we're just going to sprint right through. Like so. Sprint through again. And now that we hit here, it is a checkpoint. What I do at this point, just to save some time, is I'm gonna let them kill me. Right. So if you die, they all respawn, so keep that in mind. We're gonna do our best to not die and watch where we're standing. Now, keep in mind, if you're feeling discouraged, you're really, really close to at least the southern final boss. Or second final boss.
I see the enemy. I noticed a couple of bodies.
So we're going to push to the left again. Take care of those ones. Push through here. We're actually going to push to the right a bit. Avoid this whirlpool here. Push straight in. There is a resupply over there if you want it. They changed some of this area, so I'm just making sure that I'm not missing something. I did not mean for that. Let me out. Thank you. Wanted to throw that nade this way on all of these guys. So we're just going to slowly peek them each time. Each time we peek, they will be getting into a position to hit us or pushing forward at us. But those are dead. So now we're going to go this way, push through this opening here, check to our left to make sure we don't have anyone standing behind us. No one over there. We will grab this resupply to get some more heals and things like that. We're going to drop a couple of the med kit off. I didn't want to drop that pack though. And drop that off. There we go. So now we're going to come straight through here. We hit a checkpoint, so if we die now, we're not going all the way back to the beginning. But we're just going to slowly take all of our time to pick these off. There is a lot of them in here. Sometimes harder to see than other spots. A lot of jellies and whirlpools. So we just want to take our time and make sure that we're clearing it slowly and methodically. Also watching the ground to make sure you're not walking into jelly or the whirlpools. So once we come here, we'll come inside. There's going to be some more inside. There's usually another one right here. Another one right there. So now when we get upstairs, there's going to be 2 ghouls. You can stop and try to kill them and kite them around if you'd like. Otherwise, what you can do is start running, pop a heal. We're going to jump up here, jump right into here, climb up. Then you don't have to worry about the ghouls. They can't get you in here. They are stuck out there, so they cannot get in. And we're going to activate the switch. So now you can't move yet. Give it just a second. Now when you can move, you can just drop straight down and talk to him. And then we head this way. Watch for the jellies. You're gonna jump or walk up this ramp, drop down, come into here, talk to Morg. You're gonna get a cutscene. Actually, we need to meet with Oracle, so talk with Morg again. Perfect, now we can enter the laboratory. So you're gonna walk in, press the elevator button. I don't think there's really anything to do in here, nope. Go into the blood-filled elevator, because that is reassuring. And welcome to the guard boss fight. Make sure you have ammo and heals on you. I am doing this in gear from the quest line, so keep that in mind as well. But I will go through. I'm gonna die a couple of times, I guarantee it. I haven't been able to first time them yet, but all we're gonna do, once we drop down, it starts the fight, and I'll explain it as we go. So he has these little blue spots on him. All we're gonna do is aim for those. When he runs at you, run around him like so. Make sure you have toggle sprint on. It's going to save your life. Once he starts doing that, he's going to shoot out a beam. Oh, no, he didn't that time. So we're just going to keep running around him anytime he sprints at us. So there's the beam. Now we can take this time, start doing some serious damage. Once he's down to 75% health, he's going to pop a shield up. Or is he going to do it at 50? Did they change it? Nope, there it is. So we want to take these out as fast as we can. There's going to be skitters that show up. Don't worry about them yet. Now that that's dropped, because he heals during that. Oh. So when he charges you, then turn, take care of the skitters so they're not hitting you repeatedly. Get out of that way of that laser. So now that he popped this again, so don't worry about the skitters. We're gonna pop a heal, take this down as fast as we can, so that way he doesn't get more health off. And we're gonna wait for him to charge, run around him, take care of the skitters. He's gonna charge again, reload, wait for him to charge again. Oh, he didn't charge. Now we have the little ones to shoot at because we popped the big ones on his arm. Run around him. Run around him. Once he gets down to 25, we get another shield. So there's his shield. So we're going to take these out as fast as we can. We're going to reload. Keep running in circles, pop a heal, wait for him to run by. kill ghoul, reload, run by. Run by. Run by. Oh, I wasn't sprinting there. So now we want him to turn, we want to pass him on the right, so when he stops, we can see those little orbs on the top still. So he's at 2% now, you're just about done. And that is the guard fight. Done and easy. We don't have anything special, just the Seeker's AK from the quest and Seeker's Mocking. So you're good. He does not have anything on him. He is a pretty gentleman, though. Perfect. All right. So now all you do, come pull the lever. And we're going to run through this way. Now you're going to start dealing with some people again eventually, so just be prepared for that. We're going to go to the... we're actually going to go this way. Go down. And now you have a slight maze through here. So you're going to go straight. And go right here. Run through this way. Take a left. Take another left. Take a right against the wall. Take a right, take a left. And then snake through your point here. And now that is on. Grab some ammo and heals if you need them. I recommend it just because you're going to be fighting some stuff now. So now we just snake back the exact way we came. I can't even remember which way we came from. There we go. So when you round this corner, right here, you're going to have some NPCs. Now we can take this left here, which is going to allow us to go through this doorway. And we're going to head upstairs. Just be prepared, there's going to be a lot of enemies. Take your time. There's going to be a couple of ones that just kind of appear out of nowhere on your right. So just make sure you reload. Take your time walking through each little area. We're going to go to the left here. There's another guy right there. So I'm going to back up, reload, let him push me. We already killed the other one to the right. So now we have a guy right in there. Make sure we have nothing else behind us. You can technically snake through a different way here, but I've always just went this way and make sure I don't end up getting shot in the back. There's a chance that there's a guy in the right here. There is one on the left here. So, we want to make sure you take your second tier. Kill him. Check your right. Be ready for that knifer. That's everyone there, so we're going to go this way. Check our corner. Check our corner. So this one here is another jumping puzzle, but we're just going to run jump. Oh, that doesn't help. So at this point, usually what I do is I come here and I just run straight to there. I'm going to see if I can make this jump from here. You can. We just want to land right here and then onto this stairwell. So we pretty much started right above us. You're going to jump to there, then down to here, or in my case, land here, jump down to here, and then over to here. Grab some heals and ammo if you need them. Actually going to stick to the Seer's AK for now. Just make sure you check your corners. This guy right here, don't worry about him. You can't really get to shoot him through there for full damage. So I recommend just kind of making your way through. Clear each little room here, just so you don't get surprised and shot in the back. Because now Now if you go this way, then turn the corner to this right here. Here's that armored one that's shooting him through that little gate. Does absolutely no damage. We're gonna go down the stairs. Drop down. Grab heals and ammo if you need them. Yeah, as you can see, I'm hitting him, but it's doing no damage. That's why we kind of loop around and deal with him later. Take a second to reload here. There is a notebook here if you want some little bit of lore. Clear your corners quick. Now we're going to make our way back to this corner here. Pull this lever. You are going to get pushed by a couple of enemies. Just make sure you take your time, reload as much as you need to. Heal constantly. Just in case one gets a lot of extra damage on you. You don't end up dying. And we're going to cut to the right. There's that armored guy that we couldn't kill before. Now if we pop up right here, there's a guy there. And then right down this way. Now if you get struggled and are really dealing a hard time with all of these guys down this hallway, they will push back to you, and you can just jump back up this wall. They cannot. And it looks like they did give us a lot less enemies down this hallway. Before, it used to be a lot more, it felt like. He was super fast. Okay, ammo and heals as needed. If you have the M14 on you, I recommend pulling it out for this spot here. Just because you have to get them in a little bit longer range, and it does a lot better at range. So we'll reload here. Don't worry about the radiation 4 that's randomly popping up. It's not going to kill you. We're going to take care of that guy. Be ready for him. Walk into here. And then we're going to just walk straight ahead. We are going to hit this switch. Walk through here. Activate the elevator. You're going to squeeze through. We're going to pretty much follow our way to that gold ping here, which is the final battle. Interact with the door. Go through your dialogue with Knaz. You have a small cutscene. All right, so I apologize, guys. My video recording messed up, and it pretty much cut in the middle of this battle of we sided with Morg, so we're going to attack to destroy the sphere. What we have to do is we have to defend a couple waves of mutants and then take on the actual pillars. There is an easy way to do this, and I'm going to show you just in a still, unfortunately, because it messed up. But once we get right here, it'll be just in a second. Right here. On the right, next to that console, you can jump up on that. And then you walk across that next little PC piece against that pillar and no mutants can get you, you can just stand there and actually shoot at each pillar once that pops up. You have 3 minutes to destroy those pillars. You don't need to worry about any of the mutants or NPCs shooting at you. They cannot get to you besides maybe 1 or 2 rats. And then you just take your time and start taking down each pillar. It's super simple and easy to do. The second phase is when you actually fight Shaman. He's up in a bubble. Shoot his bubble till it pops. And then watch the floors so there's some electricity around. Just don't stand in it. Just keep focusing Shaman as much as you can. Take on the ghouls as well as the skitters when they spawn. And that's pretty much the end. I don't have another character to show this on video, and I'm so sorry. So I hope this kind of explains it a little bit for you guys. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the guide. I'm really sorry it messed up. It's killing me. You have no idea. But I'm working on the Stalker one next, so hopefully that one's just a little bit better. But until next time, thank you guys. Later.